What's up, my people? So, today we're going to talk about Black Adam. Oh yeah, I forgot, I'm not dressed right. Shazam! Alright, that's better. And yes, I have the hat on because my hair's a mess. And I'm throwing. So, was I wrong about Black Adam? If you remember from my older video,
I'm more scared than happy that this movie's happening, but he says he can't lose in a contract. I don't know, man. I don't know, Rock. If you don't do the character justice, people won't rally behind you. They won't even support your film in the long run. If I hear a bad thing about it, I am not going to go support that film because Black Adam deserves better.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about The Rock playing Black Adam, but we'll see now. Did I think it was that bad? No. Did I think it had its problems? Yes, we're about to get into them. It was better than I thought it would be. Just put it at that. And I'm gonna start with some of the bad. The Rock was better than I thought he was gonna be, but I think because of his acting ability, maybe the writing got affected. Okay, I think because The Rock was very charismatic, and because he's not a great actor, I think the movie kind of suffered a little bit because of that. This movie felt kind of like the 2000s superhero type of movies, like Venom. Like, it was very... It had its moments, let's just say that. It had its moments. Honestly, to be honest, this movie would have been really great if it had better writing, to be honest, guys, because this movie was pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. But the fact that it kind of felt like they were aiming towards teenagers. The reason why Justice League, the Zack Snyder Justice League, I'm not talking about the other one, but the reason why sometimes these movies are really good, sometimes they take themselves seriously when they need to be. And this movie, it just had too many gags. Like, there's plenty of them in here, and sometimes they felt just kind of shoehorned in there, or like an afterthought. I think, to be honest, especially with DC, I don't think DC needs to be going down that route if the character doesn't, especially if the character is dark like Black Adam. We don't really need those type of moments. They actually pulled a lot from the comics from here, which I was very, very, very surprised. I didn't think they would do that. But like I said, like especially the JSA needed to be more, obviously better written, but more character development. A lot of things are established in this movie that we didn't get no previous knowledge or previous movies spend time with these characters and things that go on. It just kind of felt a little, I don't know, it took me out of the moment for a couple times. And especially with the JSA, they actually did focus on certain things, like if you watch my video, how Hawkman in a previous life was in charge of Black Adam as he was a slave. If they would have kept that in there, had that been like the main tension between Black Adam and Hawkman, that would have been really interesting. But Hawkman being a hothead that is just like the comics. Dr. Fate was really cool and was better than he was in the commercials, the trailers, because he looked uber corny in the trailers. Thank God he wasn't in this. But if there's a restructure in the DC universe, I must have missed it, because you'll get, when I get to the spoiler part, that's when I'll talk about it. Honestly, the best part that I liked about this is that they pulled a lot from the comics, and I feel like they should have done more with that, especially explaining his origin, at least pieces of it towards the end. I'll get to the spoiler part for that. This would have been a really solid film, to be honest with y'all, if it weren't so bogged down by the clunky writing at points and the jokes. You could put jokes in it, but don't put too many to slow down the film. Just to abruptly put a joke in there. I think the movie suffers a lot from that because it slows down the momentum of the film. And who doesn't want to see Black Adam kick ass? I do. But the fact that we had to slow down for a gag every now and then, it got a little annoying and a little boring as well, which I didn't like. But yeah, I have to rate this, guys. I'm gonna have to rate this a 6 out of 10. It was awesome. It probably maybe might grow on me for a 7, but with everything, with just the clunkiness of it, I think this could have been better. This honestly could have been better, but I feel like they did try their best to make a good film. why I can't knock them that bad, because you could feel it in the movie. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It was alright, it was okay, but here comes the spoiler. So, dude, they mimic a lot of scenes from Marvel, like especially Iron Man with the plane, and him coming out of like a thing. Which scene where like Iron Man takes out the tank on the ground after he falls. You'll know what I'm talking about when you see it, or if you saw it. Atom Smasher, I wish they could have developed that more. I think this movie could have been done better if they had like a setup for JSA / Black Adam, and then this be like a Black Adam thing, or like JSA and then this, just to like lead up. There should have been more development for these characters, because I know Atom Smasher is a friend to Black Adam, and I would have liked to see that. They kind of hinted like, oh, we can be friends later down the line, and Atom Smasher kind of felt a little like, I don't know, I got some Deadpool vibes when he has a mask on. It felt very that much, but I don't know. And then the whole Cyclone and Atom Smasher, it kind of felt kind of like, guys, if you do know if they're together in the comics, let me know. But did they, like, it felt a little kind of like shoehorned in at the end. I didn't really care for it, but it is what it is. Amanda Waller felt very like she phoned it in. The actress, she felt like she phoned it in, and she's like, okay, I'm here and I'm doing my thing and I leave. That's what it felt like with her. And the fact that we get all these things happening in the background, like the Task Force X and all this other stuff happening in the film, it was very weird seeing all that, and it felt like I needed more time to see some of these things being developed. Sometimes there's things in this where like the universe already knows about certain things, like JSA and Suicide Squad, but we don't get enough time to see the development of these things. So it feels kind of like out of the blue, like, well, like, I was like, when did we talk about this? Superman at the end, I have mixed feelings about it, because I was very excited seeing it, even though The Rock spoiled it. I was excited, but then I was like, oh, but we don't even know what's gonna happen with Superman. Like, but there's a rumor, but you never know with these things with WB, that Superman's getting his own film. We'll see, maybe it is true, maybe it's not, but it's probably been a little, I think 10 years already. The last one, and it's kind of overdue. I mean, BVS, don't even start on that one. Maybe they should have just rebooted the universe. Just get Ezra Miller to reboot the universe, and then we get a new Flash, because Ezra Miller, as of the time of now, I think he's already wanted for crimes or whatever. This could have been really compelling with Black Adam if they would have stuck with his more unique background, as in he was a good man, but he loses himself to the great power bestowed upon him. I think that would have been way more compelling, but I think maybe because The Rock isn't a good enough actor to emit these emotions, I think the movie would have been a lot more solid. And with the whole Adriana, because in the comics she becomes Isis, I think if we would have got something like that and have like a showdown between Black Adam and the JSA, I think that would have been way more funner and way more better plot-wise and film-wise. That would have been to like lead up to him battling with the rest of the universe. And the fact that they kind of call out the JSA, all of a sudden you're here because he's a problem, and that they had a hard-on for Black Adam being a thing, but they never dealt with Intergang. And Intergang was actually very surprising that they had that from the comics. I was like, oh, okay, I'll give y'all props. Yeah, there's just the little things about this film like that could have been made way better. The kid with The Rock, and you can kind of tell that they were like, I don't know whether it was just like a slight jab at other characters whenever he was burning all of their posters. Personally, for me, it kind of felt like that. I was like, is that like, are y'all hinting that he's gonna smash them? Or, I mean, break them? Another thing, I think this movie is doing so well with fans right now because Marvel has been declining. I think the number one reason why this movie is doing so well, we got such a diverse and different, unique characters from the DC universe that we don't usually get in live action films. But the thing is right now is I don't think it'll stand the test of time because we're in this little bubble right now, and the quality of this film probably won't last compared to the Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, or even Shazam. But that's my 2 cents about that one. Do you think it will last the test of time? Let me know down in the comments below. This movie, honestly, the only disappointment about this movie, it could have been better. and I wouldn't say it's a good solid film. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for a film, but just little things here and there could have made this movie a really solid film, and really would have, like, I know audience scores over it, but I think it's because right now with Marvel kind of doing a lot of misses, I think people are siding with DC on this one. So those are my overall thoughts, guys. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments. I would love to know what y'all thought about it. I saw this with a buddy of mine, and shout out to Juan. But honestly, I like this movie. I would watch it again if I was asked to go. Probably might buy it just because it's a DC movie. But overall, I think this is one of the better DC films. I think I would put it top 10, probably top 5, maybe. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. See y'all next time. I'm going to be doing Hellraiser and first time watch on the fly coming up soon. Deuces, y'all. Y'all have a happy Halloween. See y'all soon.